Hi, welcome to So Get the Podcast. I'm KD. Let's get the show started. Every hour, every minute, every day, every second is a tragedy happening every day. Gotta take care of one another. Before I get the show started, I'd like to speak to you all for a brief moment. So, it's nothing personal. It's just things that's taking place in the world. People are entitled to utilize their time, energy, resources, whatever we're talking about. But when it comes to how we indulge with one another, how we converse, I think we need to start protecting our energy. Example, if it's not about helping each other grow, get to the next level, finding that purpose, I'm just wasting time. Now, they say misery love company. Cool, fine. But when it comes to spirits and connecting, because we are one, it's not about growth. Like I said, if it's not about making money, outside of speaking to one another, how you doing, how the family doing, outside of that, conversation is very brief, very short, because in the world people are playing with people's emotions, time, expertise, what they do professionally, and they starting to stick out, right? In a group of people that are treating one another, that knows each other, that values one another, they start to stand out. Respectfully, it doesn't matter. Family, friends, coworkers, it doesn't really matter who you are. If you don't fit the objective, conversation will be brief. Very brief, because there's too much that's taking place, and we need to utilize our resources, our time, our energy, our mind. That's going to push everything forward, the envelope. Like I say, those who are first will be last, those who are last will be first. A lot of people are going to question how people get certain positions. It's not going to be about your experience, years, degrees. It's not going to have anything to do with that at all. And this business in corporate America is all about who outwork, right? Friendly competition. That's just where we are. It's how business work. People call it capitalism, whatever word you want to use. But at the end of the day, that just comes with the territory in the game that you're playing. What I want to ask people that's supporting this platform, watch this platform, or even new people that don't even know who I am, I'm KD. But at the end of the day, what do you do? What do you enjoy doing? Just ask yourself that. Just throw a few things out there. Do you like watching movies? Do you like to read? Do you like to play, outdoor activities, video games, whatever it may be? My question is, what you do more of? Let's just say the premise is reading, research, getting down to the truth of what you care about. When you come across someone that does more than what you do within that course, or what you like to do, don't frown upon them. Just try your best to see what they know. Not just see what they know, right? Have a dialogue, because we can all learn from one another. But what tends to happen as of late, people are misusing one another. That's a problem. I even encounter over my lifespan people that had all the material things in the world, whatever it may be, houses, cars, money, credit, it really doesn't matter. They was not happy. Most people are like, man, if that was me, okay, if that was you, you're not in their shoes, right? You would never know how you would feel. The circumstances present itself. But I've met a lot of people that had all the fancy cars, the houses, and they was not happy within, spiritually, emotionally, soul-wise, whatever the reason is. And over that course and that time, I realized that, it's all about nature. It's all about connecting. It's all about loving and doing right by each other. People take people kindness for weakness. It's not good. Because what's meant for them, they always will receive. No matter how you feel as though you getting over, think you're taking advantage of them, whatever it is, to each his own. You like, I love it for you. But, there's pros and cons and everything. And be those that be close to you. Why? There's stories out there that warns you of that. But at the end of the day, life moves on. Service on our product that will continue to help those people that support you never met. You might not never meet them, but they support you more than those who think they know you. People grow every day. You will really truly know someone outside of what they do. Action does match words. And when people that stick to their word, growing up, words was bond. People lost that. Now, most people. And those who don't keep their word, like I say, as of late, you are going to stick out like a sore thumb. I appreciate everyone that continues to support this platform. Every week, I log in and talk to you all. I'm not sure where we are in season episodes. I done so many. Always gonna do it, no matter what's going on, no matter who's watching. 100% of the time, somebody's always watching. At the end of the day, I'm thankful for those who continue to tune in. Support is all shapes, all forms of support. It's either you buying a product and a service, you sharing this, you liking it, or just watching it for a few minutes, few moments, few seconds. It doesn't matter. I surely appreciate everyone for all that you do. But what people tend to do to tell you what you should do, and when they do that, that's a reflection of who they are, not who you are. How can you tell someone what's best for them if you never even gone through or even been through the experience that they have? Experience, it goes long ways. Intelligence, of course. Common sense is not as common nowadays. People just losing themselves for whatever material things that they want. This is what I would say, so I can move on with the show. When you know who thyself is, and when you know who you are, know your purpose, a lot of things just don't matter no more. It really don't. Let's get back to what matters. Is it seeing your fellow man or woman smiling, doing what they love to do? Doesn't matter the size of or the effort, or even if you don't even see their vision like they do. Why don't you support that? Rather than tell them to do, I don't know why don't you just support what they do? What they like to do, what they prefer to do, not what you feel as though that they need to do. No, that's what you need to do. That's where we are. And that's where you see the term, a lot of things that's happening, detoxing. The world is detoxing. Now, if you like it, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine as well. But it's happening. It's happening. It was time for a change, because people was very comfortable within what they was doing. They're right. They're entitled to what they want to do. All ages is really. That's why it's mostly divided in the world. Not all, because you still have some communities, some tribes that are working together. Will always work together, no matter what storm comes or goes. We're gonna hold each other accountable, and we're gonna uplift one another. People lost that. We need to get back to it. So I talked about a lot of things before. I call it old media because it's new media. At the end of the day, the hair relaxers I talked about, not sure exactly when, but it's dated, so you can go back. But now it's getting serious because they're looking to possibly ban it. I'm gonna play this video. Excuse me, we're gonna go from there.
Suing the makers and marketers of chemical hair relaxers, claiming they cause them to suffer a number of health complications. In our new series, Damage Control, we're exploring the lack of transparency with some of the ingredients in these products. But there's one ingredient we do know has raised red flags. Morgan Young has what you need to know about formaldehyde.
In 2023, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration introduced the idea of potentially banning chemical hair straightening products that contain formaldehyde from being sold and marketed in the United States. Formaldehyde is a known carcinogen, meaning it can increase a person's risk of getting cancer. It's commonly found in straightening products like Brazilian blowout products and keratin treatment products. It's also found in many chemical hair relaxers. The FDA actually released this information, stating it discourages consumers from buying products that contain formaldehyde. Right now, there are thousands of lawsuits pending across the country claiming that chemical hair relaxers are harmful, even products that do not have formaldehyde listed as an ingredient. And we know that the manufacturers of these products have denied all wrongdoing. But the FDA released this information in October, stating that even products that don't contain formaldehyde could contain chemicals that release it when heated, which we know is a key part of any visit to the salon. So how close is the FDA to actually issuing a national ban on formaldehyde? The agency has extended its timeline for issuing a rule on this multiple times. Keep in mind that a rule from the FDA always takes time, especially when there's a transition as a new presidential administration comes in. Currently, the FDA has March of 2025, this month, listed as a potential time period where we could see a proposed rule published to the Federal Register. Once that happens, there will be an opportunity for public commentary. Then the FDA will look at those viewpoints, make any necessary changes, and then publish a final rule with a date for when it would be effective and enforceable. Again, right now, the estimated timeline to actually publish the proposed rule is March, but again, we have seen this timeline pushed back multiple times before. In the meantime, we do know that the states of California and Maryland have already banned products with formaldehyde from being sold in their states, and we know that the state of Washington has already proposed a similar ban on those products. They made that decision earlier this year. I'm Morgan Young.
Yeah, to each his own. Rather, you can do whatever you choose to do. What they say, yeah, one life to live, fine. But what you gonna speed that process up? You're not gonna try to get as healthy as possible to live as long. Most of us have family and friends that we do truly care about, and we want to enjoy each other's company as much as possible, as long as possible. Most people, if you choose to continue, use these products that is very, very, very harmful, that's your decision. That's fine. Just don't knock people that don't use it. To each his own. Very interesting to see thus far. They said 3 states. It's going to continue. So be mindful of where you are and located. If you care. Ever thought about go natural, whatever it may be, be mindful of that ingredients that's in the hair relaxer. It's very deadly. Next on my radar, it's been a lot of official. It's a lot that's taking place with aircrafts. You got helicopters falling out of the sky more than ever before. Maybe it's time to go into, I don't know, another dimension. I don't know, but like it's a lot that's taking place. But the U.S. official tracking, the Russians' aircraft, in U.S. territory. It's a lot of that's been taking place as well. It's a video I'm gonna play about that.
150 miles from.
Give me 1 second.
Officials are responding after tracking a Russian military aircraft near Alaska Monday. It entered an area stretching 150 miles from U.S. territory where the aircraft are required to identify themselves. Now, U.S. air defense officials say the activity is normal and not seen as a threat. This morning, U.S. officials are responding after.
Be aware of that. It says it's not a threat, but what they practicing? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Who knows? As of yet, hasn't been anything when it comes to anything being dropped or bombs or anything of that nature. But just being very mindful that with these helicopters and planes just falling out of the sky, I know you are listening and seeing that. Some might not care, but some of us actually do. Don't be fearful of, in fear of doing what you want to do if it's traveling. But just be more mindful of what's being taken place in the world today. Some people would rather, drive than actually get on the aircraft as of late. Some people still going to continue to get on the flight. I don't knock you. On the other side of fear is success. So, got to cross that barrier when it comes to that. Now, Homeland Security is gives U.S. citizens days to leave the country. This is from the New Republic. An immigration attorney was surprised to receive a notice from the Department of Homeland Security and instructing immediate departure from the United States that was addressed to her, not one of her clients, especially concerning the fact that she is a U.S. citizen. What's her name? Nicole Micharani received a notice which appeared to be delivered by email from a Custom and Border Protection DHS accountant, alerting that the DHS is now exercising its discretion to terminate your parole. Micharani was born in Newton, Massachusetts, and not in the United States on parole. If you do not depart the country immediately, you will be subject to potential law enforcement action that will result in your removal from the United States, the notice warned. She told the NBC 10 Boston that at first I thought it was for a client, but I looked really closely and the only name on the email was mine. She noted that while the language was very threatening and the email looked kind of like a sketchy spam email, it was the real thing. Another statement doesn't look like an official government notice, but it is, she said. Micharani told the Boston Globe that in the 12 years she'd been an immigration attorney, she have never seen immigration parole terminated by email. Sir Sherman Stokes, Associate Director of the Immigration Rights and Human Trafficking Clinic at Boston University, told the Globe that the DHS had recently put out a wave parole termination notice via email as part of the Trump administration efforts to get immigration to self-deport. In a statement to the NBC 10 Boston, the DHS said that the P used the known email addresses the alien to send notification. If a non-personal email such as American citizen contact was provided by the alien, notice may have been sent to unattended recipients. CBP is monitoring the communication and will address any issues on a case-by-case basis. A senior DHS official said that it was possible that one of her clients had entered Megarani's information by mistake. I think another statement is really scary. This is going on. Megarani said that I think it says they're not being careful. Megarani's fears unfolded. It's clear that the Trump administration is not being careful. The Trump administration has attempted to abandon a Maryland man who was wrongly deported El Salvador last month due to administrative error. And on Monday, Donald Trump revealed that he asked his attorney general to look into implementing his threat to banish the U.S. citizen to foreign gulag, which entirely illegal. Like I said, it's very unfortunate. People reaching out to whoever they need to get whatever needs to be done. If it's illegal, legal, if it was real, she said it's real. Very unfortunate. It's a lot of things that's taking place. People that are from the United States, were born in the United States, they decide to leave the country based off of political stance. People want change. They see that the change that's taking place in the very near future that they don't want to be anything a part of. It's very harmful. People that have family here, was raised here, might not have been born, but they was actually raised here and came to this country, the right way. They've been dealt with, or they losing family that was not here properly. And people are losing family at an all-time high, no matter what we're talking about. That's why we should cherish each other at an all-time high. Do things that would not only help live and or survive today and the next day and the month and 6 months, a year, whatever the time frame is. What about the future? What about the kids, your loved ones that may not be as strong as you are? Set them up for success in the future. That's what it should be about. Some people, no matter their age, feel as though they haven't really had a chance to live. For example, let's say an older or elderly person just now getting the grasp of where they are in life or finding themselves and kind of like getting over staying afloat, and given the opportunity to live and spend a couple of hours or travel a little bit or buy this or buy that. Treat yourself, you made it to this point, you should be thankful for that. 1, 2, if you're able to allocate some money to show love to yourself, you should do that. But also remember that if you have kids, loved ones that you care about, it's about pushing the envelope and continue your legacy, if that's what you want. Everybody don't want a legacy being left behind, but if you do, you have that focus and that mindset, that's a good mindset, because that's what's going to help not only your family, your loved ones, be better than you, have a better chance than you. That will definitely keep your name and your legacy moving forward. And that's what we need to do. That's what I would like for us to do. Your choice. Think about your loved ones. Or if you're not thinking about it, why don't you ask the question? What should you and your loved ones or family should do that can help better everyone's lives now and in the very near future. We need to have these very, very uncomfortable conversations with one another. People who like to be standoffish, is that the word? Stay to themselves, don't want to have these difficult conversations, especially they feel as though it's not beneficial to them. What is, if that's the case, then what is family truly about then? What to you? Maybe you might not believe in family. If that's true, then it's very unfortunate, because there's nothing in the world you can do by yourself. Even if you are a loner, a lone wolf, and so many titles that go with it. So just be mindful of what's going on, what you are. And most people that are mindful of what's going on, they living their best life. Whatever living that best life is. If you happy, if you like it, I love it for you. And that's what it's about, your happiness. But think about people that's close to you. Next on my list, slide on my radar, right? I don't know. This is very unique situation. What is it? Hungary says source of foot and mouth could be biological attack by Reuters. Play this video. Go from there.
Hungary on Thursday suggested a biological attack as a possible source of the country's first foot and mouth disease outbreak in more than half a century. Hungary reported the disease's first case on a northwest cattle farm near the border with Austria and Slovakia last month, the World Organization for Animal Health said, citing Hungarian authorities. 4 other cases have been found after checks were made at nearly 1,000 farms across Hungary. Prime Minister Viktor Orban's Chief of Staff, Gergely Gulyás, told a press conference the source is still unknown.
Folyik egy vizsgálat arra vonatkozóan is, hogy
there is an ongoing investigation about how this infection got to these farms. At this stage, we can say that it cannot be ruled out that the virus was not of natural origin. We may be dealing with an artificially engineered virus.
He said the suspicion was based on verbal information received from a foreign laboratory and that their findings have not yet been fully proven and documented. Hungary constitutes 1.2% of the European Union's total cattle stocks, official statistics showed. But no major changes have occurred to the population compared to last year's figures. Thousands of cattle had to be culled as the landlocked country tried to contain the outbreak. For those affected by the virus, like farmer Paul Meixner, he says the culling of 3,000 of his stock has cost him over $4 million. He says his family still cannot grasp how it happened and their work of 20 years is gone. But he vows to rebuild. Foot and mouth disease poses no danger to humans, but causes fever and mouth blisters in cattle, swine, sheep and goats. Outbreaks often lead to trade restrictions. Austria and Slovakia have closed dozens of border crossings after the disease also appeared in the southern part of Slovakia.
It's been, as of late, a lot of diseases, infections, outbreaks. It's happening, and right afterward, they have some sort of a vaccine for it to help prevent these things, or I don't know. It's a lot that's happening in the world, and many more people or entities utilizing these platforms via social media to get a product and or service to those in these communities, countries, regions, ways to help you, with natural herbs, remedies to do certain things. Years back, maybe 2020, when that pandemic situation happened, that was a time in life that most people have never experienced before, and a lot of people were placed in a circumstances, whether it's via job or being around a loved one. I've know people personally that was living in one state, and then in another state they had to actually close down, and they couldn't get to their loved ones. Couldn't fly in, let alone, what was it, 6 feet? It was a lot that was happening, a lot that affected a lot of families for I ain't gonna say a lot of years, well, maybe 2 or 3 years, even up to this point. But the first 2 or 3 years, it was very devastating. Couldn't see your loved ones. Loved ones didn't want to hug you. They didn't want to get close. People weren't coming out to, it was shut down. But people that was outside and living their best life. But those who were not outside, that was cooperating and complying with the, the rules at that time. They didn't want to see family. People mostly was talking on the phone. It's a lot of people that was in the house, or at work, whatever industry you was in. But for the most part, it affected the world. It affected most people, the way they look and perceive things or thought about certain things. Some people decided to make that decision to keep their job. Some people decided, well, if I lose my job, I'd rather, I live by integrity and morals and principles. But at the end of the day, it was about, once again, research. Some people said they did their research on it, and that goes for anything. There's so much on this platform, which is social media, where you get your research, your data from. You have resources, you got those around you, have expertise and no experience. But for the most part, what spread faster, the truth or the lie? And that's what I say about, reading. And I know for the most part, all of us read something. But how much do we actually dive into things that we have problems with, or over time, over years of experience or trauma? Have you actually dived into what's bothering you, or what you're tired of doing or going through? How far that you went into that rabbit hole to figure out, how can you not go through this anymore? How can you not feel about this particular thing they call problem in my life? They say every problem has a solution. Are you willing to find that out? And there's people around you that can actually help you with that. But, as of late, people are judging books by a cover. If they don't like you, you could be telling them the truth. They're not going to hear it. It's going to go through one ear or the other. You can actually show them. Tell them and show them, and they still won't. So that's what I mean when it comes to time-consuming, save your energy. People around you that don't listen to you. Even if they did hear you, they don't give credit. That's fine. Or either come back and have that dialogue and say, man, I remember you told me, we had that conversation about particular topic, and I appreciate you for saying that, but this is what I found. That's what I miss. That's what I miss. Most people, not all, most people don't have those moments. Iron sharpen iron. We got to get back to it. That's at an all-time high. So I might have a few more, because I talked about not a lot of things, but a couple of things that's on my radar. I talked about, the judge ordered Bank of America to pay $540 million in the FDIC lawsuit. We talked about banks and how the institution was doing what they was doing a long, long time ago, and the results are coming out. This mysterious unidentified object crashes into a New Jersey auto repair shop. That's a video. It's a weird video. But this guy talked about it.
Like a giant fireball.
See what's going on with that. Yeah, that was a very weird situation.
An out-of-this-world mystery in New Jersey. An unidentified object slamming into this auto repair shop in the middle of the night. The fireball tearing through the building, leaving a gaping hole in the roof, smashing into the workspace below.
So that's when I went to my cameras and I found all the videos. You eventually see like a giant fireball come through the ceiling and then everything come flying down the roof with it.
Despite the destruction, there's no sign of the actual object that caused the damage.
There's a bright flash, there's a boom, there's a hole, and, you know, that's 3 out of 4 things. If we had one more thing, like an item that we could identify as being extraterrestrial, then we might say it's something from space.
It comes just months after hundreds of drones were spotted in the skies across New Jersey.
What the heck?
The sightings shutting down airports and sparking conspiracy theories. The FBI investigated but ultimately found nothing sinister. Still, the FAA is now launching a weeks-long testing program in the state aimed at improving aerial detection systems to make sure drones like these don't disrupt commercial flights in the future. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Every day is always something. It's always something new. It's like a movie. It's like a movie. Most people in the past, I spoke about some of these things. Actually, you know, they believe or had documentation that in the very near future things will start happening, but they no longer here with us. But then you got people that carry that torch, that been speaking even during the 2020 pandemic about certain things. Now, as of late, there's more documentation, classified documentation that the government are releasing. Not releasing all, but a lot of classified information to the public, and a lot of, they say, conspiracy theories, things that people may seem to have been true or coming to fruition. These things are happening right in front of you. You believe it or not, to each his own. But the thing is, if it exists, that means it's a possibility that other things do exist as well, or a theory, or a way of doing things, you know, outside of what was taught to you. My question is, let's say you was taught something, whatever it may be, whatever it is it possible that you can be doing something for years and you can be wrong for doing that, or how you should have done it? Let's say that's true, that you've been doing things for a very long time the incorrect way. Are you open-minded to learn a new way, or the way you're supposed to do it, or the way it should have been done? That's what you need to ask yourself. If not, you can continue doing what you've been doing. You've been doing it for years. But if you are open-minded and on the fence about what is happening in front of you, around you, lately, in this time that you're living in, you got platforms like this one and other platforms that talk about a lot of different things. Continuously with service and product for you. It's a lot of platforms that talk about a lot of different things. This is a supply and demand business. So at the end of the day, what do you like to do more of? Being entertained, read. You like to eat or read, or whatever it is. Whatever it is. You have those who love research. You have those who like to read and like to get to the bottom of what's being done around them and in front of them. And they are right. The truth do hurt, because what it tends to do when you find out the truth about something that you believe it was one thing, it can actually hurt, your ego. It can hurt because you believe in it so much, you don't want to believe in nothing else. But when you actually give it an opportunity and think outside the box, I like to say, let's just get rid of the box entirely. Some people in the box, some people think outside the box. Let's get rid of the box. Some people only believe in the box. Just look at it from a different set of lens. That's what I would say. Once you put the glasses on, you really can't take them off, because you will see everything for what it really is. Okay, I have maybe a few more that I would like to bring to you all's attention. So it's been a recall on, it's been a lot of recalls lately, but Celery is being recalled. Celery sold at Walmart locations across the country has been recalled because of the contaminated with listeria. It's been a lot of things. The Celery was produced by Duda Farm Fresh Foods, and the recall effects in single lot of washed and ready to eat 4-inch 1.6 ounce market size celery sticks with the best if used by the date of 3/23. So everything is already gone. So celery is definitely not a bad thing. Okay, the 4-pack celery sticks has a lot code of P047650 and UPC 681131161510. No other products are being recalled, and all the potential contaminated celery is already past its best by date and is no longer available. It could still be in people's freezer for later use. People have been freezing a lot of things. The celery was sold at Walmart locations in the following states: Alabama, California, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, Montana, North Carolina, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Wyoming, and Washington, D.C. If you have the recalled celery, you should not eat it and throw it away. That is, help us both on this platform. That is one. This one, then that's going to be it for me. All these is recall food products over a possible health risk. All these has issued a do not eat warning after recalling one of its products due to allergic fears. Every so often, supermarkets enforce precautionary measures of a discover label. Okay, all these is the latest supermarket to issue such a notice due to expiring what it's saying, baby potatoes with herbs and butter. The particular recall concerned Pacific Pack that the 385 gallon ones that have issued used by date of 12 April 2025. That's right there. The date's not too long ago. It's been revealed that their product contains milk that is not mentioned on the label, which Food Standard Agency stating it could pose a possible health risk for anyone who with allergic or intolerance to milk or milk. The notice reads: if you have bought the above products, have all allergic or intolerance to milk or milk, do not eat it. Around 2 to 3% of children suffer from allergic to cow milk, with most grown out of by the age of 5. Spokesman for Aldi said our suppliers and recall inspired Cuisine baby potatoes with herbs and butter because it contains an allergen milk, which is not listed on the packaging. Customers are asked to return this product to their nearest store where a full refund will be given. We apologize that this product did not meet our normal high standards and that you will be, cooperation. Meanwhile, the added, all these is recalling the above product has been advised to contact the relevant allergy support organization, which will tell their members about the recall. Point of sale statement notice will be displayed in all the retail stores that are selling this product. Now, statement these notice explain to customers why the product has been recalled and tell them what to do if they bought the product. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. In the description below this video broadcast, I will definitely put what they were saying exactly. Yeah, it's very unfortunate about these things. Get to the point that you might have to go to your local store, local farm to get your produce and all these different things. Might be the healthier route to do. At the end of the day, I surely appreciate everyone continuing to top this platform. Check out the merch. Should be a link in the bio for the hoodies, hats, so you can want to support. Surely appreciate it. Whatever you do is definitely surely appreciative. Gamer, artist, commercial property, talent. If you're looking for services, this platform and other people that's entrepreneurs have definitely been providing a service and a product up to this point. We'll continue to do, helping their communities and their tribes and their family, loved ones, looking to possibly leave what you're doing in your industry, whatever it may be, working. You would like to convert to doing your own thing, finding your purpose, or what you want to do and you willing to take the risk and no chance. This platform will definitely help you, and other people that will definitely help you as well. Been helping. Just an opportunity. It's just all about taking the risk. Are you willing to take the risk to do what you want? That's what it comes down to it. So if you're a gamer, or if you are interested in any of the things that's been stated to you, should be contact info. Reach out to Get the KD via email, whatever's comfortable for you. And someone I'm sure to get back with you about moving forward with what you want to get done. So I surely appreciate everyone for continuing to support this platform. Get the podcast. I'm Katie. Have a good one.